Welcome back to the Paul White Show. We're glad you're here today. I guess it's time to chat and chew a little fat about outside stuff that's going on. We've had ample rain here lately. All the lakes are filling back up nicely. People are doing a lot of fishing, although some of the fish are kind of fooled. They don't know if they should spawn or not spawn. But crappie has pre-stage spawn, and in some locations they have been spawning. So people have been anglers have been catching nice sized crappie. I mean 12, 14 inch crappie. And guess what? Right here locally, K-Dot West has been a good crappie lake this year. Also Cruiser Lake that you get to off of Hillside. It's called the 96 Lake. When you get to the animal shelter, there's a sign there for you to turn back west and just follow the paved road around to Cruiser Lake. They've been biting good at Cruiser Lake. They've also been catching them at Sedgwick County Park. It's a good place for crappie. They've been Vicks Lake, got a lot of crappie in it. So they've been catching nice crappie all over. Guys have also been fishing at the reservoirs at Cheney. They thought that walleyes was about to spawn, but some anglers said the spawn is over, but they hadn't been catching a lot of walleyes. They are deeper now in the water. So hopefully they weren't too fooled and they'll come back and do a spawn, because I don't think they really have spawned. So fishing is good right now. The lakes are, like I said, filling up with water. It was a lot of them real low, but the rain has been wonderful. Also, grass seed planting is good out in the lawn. The cutoff date for planting fescue seeds are April the 15th. So hopefully you got your lawn in by April the 15th so the seeds will germinate and come up. Now, don't rush the seeds. It takes 7 to 21 days for your lawn to regerminate if you are overseeding or seeding. 7 to 21 days. You must keep the seeds uniformly moist, but like I mentioned previously, we've been getting pretty good rain. So that's going to help you on that water bill, so you don't have to water it as much. Once your grass germinates and gets going, you only need 1 inch per week of water on a fescue lawn to maintain your lawn, okay? So inch a week on a lawn that's already up and going. Also, the temperature has been a little bit warmer. I've already started cutting my grass about 2.5 to 3 inches taller. Also, when you go to that height a little sooner, that helps you with the weeds. You know, grass is also a weed barrier. If you got grass there and it's growing and it's tall enough, it crowds out some of the weeds, so you won't have that many weeds, okay? But speaking of weeds, we didn't have a real hard winter this year, so there are plenty, I mean plenty of weed seeds that are germinating now in your lawn, okay? So it's an ideal time to take a fescue lawn and try to spray some of those weeds. But remember, you're only going to kill some of them. You'll get probably the brunt of them, but the best time to kill weeds is in the fall of the year. So remember that, write it on your calendar, and in the fall of the year is when you can almost completely rid your lawn of weeds. But now, I mean, it's so many of them that you need to do something if your grass is not thick enough to take care of them, to give you some help. So remember to cut it 2.5 to 3 inches tall. Another good clue now, I know you're mowing a lot because of the rain, and a good healthy fescue lawn with the rain will probably need 2 cuttings a week. So make sure when you cut, you don't want to cut no more than maybe 1/3 off of the top of your grass, okay? Also make sure that blade on that lawnmower is good and sharp. A blunt, dull blade makes a blunt edge on grass. That can also damage your lawn. So spend a little money, or you sharpen it, or take it to a lawnmower shop and make sure that your blades are sharpened when you get to doing your lawn. Out in the garden, if you can get in yours, it's an ideal time to still plant cold crops, which is cabbage, radishes, lettuce, beets. You can also put carrots in, collards. You can still get some mustard greens, turnip greens, potatoes, onions, sets, and plants can be planted right now. Broccoli that I didn't mention, all of those crops can still be planted. The weather has been sort of unusually mild and warmer, but it's kind of cooling off a little bit now. We're basically pretty well in the normal range for high temperatures during the day. I don't think there's going to be another frost. The average frost date is the 15th of April, when we shouldn't see any more frost. So like I mentioned, you can put in a gamble garden if you want to plant 2 or 3 tomatoes. People are anxious to do that because last year it was hot, nobody got tomatoes, so everybody has got the fever for the flavor of a vine ripened tomato this year. So they want to get them out a little early. I would put 2 or 3 of them in, not no more than you can cover. But like I said, you stay in Kansas. If you don't like the weather, stick around. I guarantee you it'll change. So the time to really plant May on the planting calendar recommended by K-State is in May, okay? So those are my gardening tips for today. So I hope that you getting out in the yard and having a lot of fun and getting some things planted. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.